Do not redeem!
What?
Do not redeem the cards!
Yes, I'm
Do not
redeeming the
redeem
card.
the
I'm
card.
redeeming the cards.
No!
Okay.
No!
Yeah.
No!
Last week, I was contacted by a scammer for the first time in years, but instead of hanging up straight away, I actually tried to be nice to him, and after a 3-hour phone conversation full of fun and laughter, he finally decided to share some personal information, because in his mind, there was nothing I could do with it. Well, 3 days later, I was on a plane heading straight towards India, and once I arrived at his home address, I pushed him aside, met his mother, and did the friggity-friggity with her in front of the grandparents. But apparently, there is an even better way to troll scammers. Scammers panic after I hacked their live CCTV cameras by Nanobeta.
This is live footage of scammers fully panicking. Let's give these scammers a phone call and record their live reactions to a hacker revealing their true identities.
My name is...
Sanjeev. Your name is Sanjeev, and your friend next to you is wearing a brown shirt.
Frickin' Sanjeev, bro. It's always Sanjeev. Sanjeev needs to go jump off a cliff in GTA, of course.
So, Sanjeev, why are you scamming?
Five Below is my one-stop shop no matter what party or celebration is on my calendar. They always have everything I need to throw a party and make it feel like a pro planned it. They've got helium.
People, Sanjeev.
You are Sanjeev. You are Sanjeev. और आपका नाम लिखा था राजा.
Bro, this guy's name's Rajat, bro. Rajat needs to also go and jump off a cliff in GTA.
राजा.
Oh yeah, this is definitely
Oh,
it.
the strap.
They're taping it forever. Alright, so I'm going to explain to you how I found these scammers.
Bro, why are half of them asleep? This guy looks like he's just being shot with a tranquilizer dart. This guy looks like he's currently going through a divorce. This guy looks like he joined the wrong server. Where did this guy come from? This guy looks like some 6'7" Russian dude.
I was doing my usual look around for scammer phone numbers when I came across a list of websites that looked very scammy to say the least. The website looks fairly tame and legit on the surface, but in reality, it's all a scheme to get you to pay for useless drivers or security. But who are the people coming across a fake website that's offering Alexa support? Well, someone who just purchased themselves a brand new Amazon Alexa device, and when they tried to set it up, the instructions informed them to download the Alexa app. So they go on Google and search something up like download Alexa app, but instead of coming across the Google Play Store or the App Store, they get those fake sponsored scam links that I showed you previously. Now on the website, the victim is given multiple options of download. I'm using Windows, so I go ahead and initiate the download for Windows, and I get this fake looking progress bar, and after it loads, it gives me the exact same error message every single time. Reading network error, we couldn't complete your download, please chat with us for more info. And under that, a little option to join the chat. At this point, I know exactly where this is going.
But damn, Alicia Carter. She a bit of a baddie. Customer support? Okay, I might have to go on this website. What even is the website? Echo Device Assist? I want to get her number. Alicia Carter. Where is it? Echo Device Assist? Is it going to be this? I don't know whether clicking a link will get me hacked. Come on, please be it. Please be it. Please be it. No! It's not anything. Okay, it's for sale. No.
As soon as I join the support chat, the scammers will ask me for my name and phone number for a callback to my cell phone.
Damn, he gets a call back from Alicia Carter. He gets her number. What? Bro, how do you even find that website?
Once they have me on the phone, they will convince me that I need to install remote access software for them to fix the issue. And I do the one thing that you are never supposed to do. I let them remotely gain access to my computer, but while they attempt to connect to me, I am actually connecting back to them, reversing the access onto their computer.
Let me just show you.
Wait,
Look over here.
Uno reverse card.
These are the people who are connected with your computer, sir.
They're connected with my computer right now? Right now, the scammer is connected to my computer, but I've actually connected right back to hers, and I'm watching her computer screen as she attempts to run the scam.
Damn, so he's just actually pulled an Uno reverse card right in front of her face. How can you allow someone to reverse hack you if you're a pro scammer in a scam call center?
With their devices, yes. And in order to do that, sir, in order to install the device, the drivers, and to make sure that they work fine on your computer and there'll be no trouble in the future, how long you want the driver? So you want it for the 2 years, you want it for the 3, 5, 10.
Now, while the so-called issues on the computer are actually completely normal, and everything the scammer has told me up to this point has been a lie, you will now try to pitch me one of their bogus support plans. Oh, okay, and what's it called? Okay, so I see the price here. It's $299 for 2 years. then I see
For
300.
the protection of your phone.
They're typing
Yes,
it.
for that,
They forgot a space over here.
Devices as well. For example, if in the future somebody gets connected with your computer or your IP address and they try to do anything bad activity on the devices
Anything
of
bad
yours,
activity.
they won't be able to connect with you. So
Oh no.
Okay,
Oh
wonderful.
no, I need to pay $299 for 2 years so that no one does anything bad activity on my computer device. It always makes me like, slightly cringe seeing these like Indian like scammers like try to do their best like American accents. I think this entire time she was like attempting to put on like an American accent.
how long you want the driver? So you
How long you want the drivers, sir? Wow, that is brilliant American English. I mean, I used to be able to speak American like way back when I was like less than 10 years old. But the issue is that like when you get older, it's like harder to learn languages. But it's also because I stopped like practicing American because like, yeah, like I never needed to use it. And it's also pretty hard when like, every time you turn on the TV, everyone speaks Australian instead of like American.
Okay, wonderful. So that's all I have to do is pay for the security and all those problems will stop?
yes.
But there was not a single problem in the first place with this fake virtual computer that I created 10 minutes ago. And honestly, I wasted enough of this scammer's time, so I decided to confront her about the scam.
Yes, sir. Do you want this driver? Do you want this security or you don't want this, sir?
I don't know. Some of those services were supposed to be running. Some of them are supposed to be stopped. Some of them are supposed to be running. And you're telling me there's something wrong with my computer. I'm starting to think that you're a scammer. Are you a scammer?
Why would I be a scammer?
Sounds like you're a scammer. Why are you disconnecting from my computer, you fake scammer?
That's what you think, sir.
But that's the truth. You know you're a scammer, right? You're lying.
That's not the truth.
Alright, so where are you located
No.
right now? Where are you located right now?
America. Bro, they just rage quit. Okay, they just get pressed once. They get questioned once for being a scammer, and then they just rage quit.
But while that was happening, I was silently taking a look into this scammer's network, and that was actually when I found the set of CCTV security cameras, guessed the password, and could see everything that was going on inside of this massive scam call
Guessed
center.
the password.
These cameras gave me an insight into the day-to-day lives of these scammers, and gave me a good sense of what the call center looked like and what the layout of the building was.
Wait,
Hey Holmes, find me a 3-bedroom home in Atlanta, near a Whole Foods. Show me the kitchens. Ready to see what you will find with Holmes AI?
guessed the password? Is that, why are you saying that so lightly? Is that, wait, that is pretty impressive. Wait, how are you gonna just say that so lightly? Wait, so apparently the most used passwords in scam call centers are 1234556 password admin QWERTY India 123 I love you. Okay, that is okay. What is it? What? But anyways, we get a good look inside the scam call center. It looks, bro, it literally looks like a university. Like it looks like people just studying for exams. Like it kind of looks like a library almost.
The first thing I wanted to do was make a mini map of the call center. In total, they had 12 camera views, and by doing a simple head count, I could see that there were around 15 to 20 agents usually on the floor at once. I spotted them many times eating and socializing, just like in any normal job.
Damn, gang signs, gang phase. Whoa. Wait, I thought it was doing the phase up sign, but instead, wait, he was doing the what? Look at that symbol. I'm pretty sure he's doing this. Like this, it's like two fingers. What is it called? Like two up the pinky, one up the stinky?
Now, while I gained access to only one machine in this call center and just breached their CCTV security cameras, I didn't know how I was going to further advance my investigation in proving that these people are guaranteed scammers. I had access to their cameras, but they didn't have a feature that allowed me to listen into the audio. And even if I could listen into the audio, it would be very difficult for me to record any scams. The scammers were actually nice enough to have call recording on their phone system switched on, but even better yet, they had an application on some of their machines by the name of Flashback Recorder, which is an application that not only screen records the actual desktop display, but the microphone connected to that computer. Now yes, I can match the timeline of the audio to the timeline of the CCTV's internal playback to watch scams that have happened in the past, but the scammers have made it even easier for me by not using any traditional phone systems, but rather virtual ones. I ended up getting access to a couple more machines in this call center, which allowed me to get some rock-solid evidence of their activities.
Okay, that is also not working. It's giving me the same error message. Can't reach this page.
Ma'am, I'll do one thing for you. I'll guide you some steps on your computer.
And then I'll ask you to send your bobs and lasagna. That's all part of the Microsoft protocol. You need to, you know, for me to fix your computer, you need to send over some images of your bobs and lasagna. Bro, that granny sounds so old as well. I feel kind of bad for her. Because I'm pretty sure she would have at least lost like maybe at least $500 to $1,000 from that scam.
Let me connect with your computer remotely and I'll set it up for you. Would that work?
That's fine.
Damn, he's so nonchalant with it.
Followed some random stranger's instructions and installed a remote access tool on her computer.
Damn.
Now look at here, ma'am. Can you see there are a number of services which is top right now? Network connectivity, network assistant.
Damn, he's so chill with it. He's so...
Most of your services are down right now that connect your smart devices together. And that's the reason you're having this trouble with the network, ma'am. So let me do one thing for you. Let me put a proper scan on it so we can get the result why it's saying it, okay?
I think I've now heard enough of this, and it's now time for me to warn this person about the scam.
Oh, this is... Wait. This is a live? Wait, it's a live feed of the scam? Wait, so this guy's interfering. Wait, W, who's this guy? W Nanobeta. L Masturbator.
Hi, hello?
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, were you on the phone with a gentleman that sounded Indian a second ago?
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you, ma'am, that person wasn't from actual tech support. I deal with fraud, like he was a scammer. He was trying to ask...
Yeah, I figured that when he was trying to download stuff on my computer.
Yeah, I just I wanted to warn you for the future. Like if someone ever tells you to install something like that on your computer, it's like 99% always a scam, okay? Thankfully, I was able to successfully warn that person about the scam, but there were many more people who had previously been scammed before I had a chance to intervene. This was evident from the many photos I downloaded from the scammers' computers, showing payments made via credit card and checks, anywhere from $100 to $1,200 or even $3,000 for absolutely nothing. This photo in particular that made me really disgusted with these scammers, showing how they forced an elderly-looking man to open his webcam, write a check for them, and send it off to some random shell company in the United States. This is not only why I wanted to identify the heartless scammers in India, but also the people facilitating the laundering of money. Because processing checks internationally is far more difficult and could arouse suspicion, the scammers will instead have their victims make them payable to shell companies in the United States. There are many such companies involved in the scheme, and I've blurred their names because I've reported all of them to US federal authorities where they're being investigated.
Bro, $3,000 is quite a lot of money to be scammed, like for nothing. No work was like conducted. Like how many hours like working at McDonald's would you need to work like to get $3,000? Around 222 hours of work at McDonald's. That is insane.
Anyways, I can't show you the business names that I reported to law enforcement, but what I can do is try to get the identities of every single person working inside the call center in India. My first approach was taking a look into the scammers' files in their computers, but this would turn out to be unsuccessful, as they mostly only stored scam-related documents and not really any personal information that led me to identifying who they were. So at this point, I didn't really know how I was going to get the information of all 30 of these employees, but that's when I noticed someone on one of the camera views in a separate cabin. This individual is Avnit. She would turn out to be one of the HR managers working in this call center. And my proof of this is that the room she operates in literally has a sign that says HR room, and this is where I actually use the CCTV cameras to my advantage. I simply watched the cameras until Avnit would come into the office, waited for her to take the laptop out of her bag, watched her connect to the hijacked internet that I had access to, and then I was able to pivot to her computer directly. On her computer alone, I downloaded over 500 files containing confidential data. I can tell you this because the first few files I clicked on had things like employee resumes, photos of their ID cards, even pictures of the scam.
Did you know that coin lithium batteries can cause life-threatening burns to a child if swallowed?
I had no idea. That's really scary.
Energizer Ultimate Child Shield, the only coin lithium battery with no burn technology.
Energizer feels like such a game changer.
If you could help save a child's life by using a battery that prevents burning, why wouldn't you?
Is this the year you take gut health seriously?
Probiotics are the good kind of bacteria that help support
themselves.
Bro, this guy needs to chill. Is he trying to rizz me up? This is the photo he submitted for his like employment. He's trying to rizz up like the HR manager. Bro, what's with the eyebrow as well? He's got the eyebrow raised and everything. This is for like a job application. This is not like for like some dating like Tinder or anything. Or maybe he just grabbed like a random photo from his Tinder and like submitted it for the employment photo. But let's have a look at some of the what is that? The resumes. The what do you call it? A cover letter, CV. So the objective is I seek challenging opportunities where I can fully use my skills for the success of the organization. Bro, that is the most generic thing you could have written. I'm surprised they hired this guy. Okay, who's this person? They have a Master's of Computer Application and they have a Bachelor of Mathematics with a Bro, 72%. Bro, this guy's double L. Who's this guy? Payal. Bro, Payal's an idiot.
And finally, a spreadsheet that contains all of the agents and managers' personal names, phone numbers, email addresses, and the exact location of where they live. This is a big leak into the company's employee data, and the reason the HR manager would store the scammer's ID photos on her computer was because these scammers don't use traditional keys to enter the call center, but rather access cards. Here I can see the HR manager using the portal to request a new access card for one of the agents. It says she's using an account owned by someone with the name of Bekuchat, and we can see a company name on the left side that reads Sky Sailor Ventures Private Limited. And if I do a quick Google search of that company, the first thing that comes up is a scammer.info post that was created back in November of 2021. The information listed on that post were things like the director's names of the company, Bekuchat Rora and Rajat Sharma. And where have I seen those names before? Well, I saw it 10 seconds ago on the HR manager's laptop when she logged into the portal to submit the access card. And at this point, I already found public records of these two scam fraudsters registering Sky Sailor Ventures Private Limited back in 2019. This would turn out to be the real Indian company. So here I could confirm that Rajat and Bekuchat were running a scam call center in Punjab, India. And if you still don't believe me, I went and found Rajat's LinkedIn account, which showed me a photo of how he looks like. And what do you know? The HR manager has a photo of someone on her hard drive that looks very similar to the profile picture on LinkedIn. This is Rajat.
I don't know whether this guy... Is this really Rajat? This guy looks very, he looks very white.
Now it was time for me to pivot my access to the people who actually manage all of the finances and bookkeeping. Okay, so these agents, when they reach the finale of their scam, they open up their remote LAN chatting tool and pass the victim information over to someone by the name of Chavi. I'm pretty sure this guy manages all of the financial data in this call center. So let's put his name onto Google and see what comes up. Okay, so I see a LinkedIn profile. Let's click on this. Chavi. Yeah, that's definitely our guy. Look at that photo. Okay, yeah, he's the operations manager. We definitely need to access his computer. So after a couple of days of me just waiting and waiting, I finally got access to his computer. I won't tell you how I hacked this computer since I want to use the same methods in the future, but I pretty much got the keys to all of the financial information that you could imagine. I'll talk more about that in a second, but I realized I didn't even need to gather more information on Chavi because when I downloaded those 500 files worth of confidential employee data off of the HR manager's computer, I got all of his info in the process. I have his personal information sheet, his Indian identity card or Aadhaar card, and multiple snapshots, including this very clear photo that matches up perfectly with his ID card and his personal LinkedIn page. Finally, it was now time to extract all of the data on his computer, and let me tell you now, this guy had access to everything. I could see the payment databases, the Stripe accounts, and even the scammers creating the invoices on PayPal that they would directly send to their scam victims. Of course, if the scammers were already dumb enough to let me see all of this, surely they would be dumb enough to not set passwords on their confidential spreadsheet.
Welcome, our newest student. You're late to class. I'll let it slide this time since it's your first day, but be late again and I'll rip you to pieces. You're a new and unpopular student, so you will have to sit with the unpopular table in the middle. Now sit so we can begin. Okay, class, so the first lesson of the day is math. Over the course of the semester, you will learn how to annihilate others, how to safely extract the human brain for eating, and... Oh, wait, I made a mistake. I think that's lesson 4 of the day. For math, over the course of the semester, you will learn to add, subtract, divide, multiply, and so much more. I am so excited! Before we start, let's revise some of the basics. What is 6874123612 plus 9819399912? And remember, wrong answers will be very harshly punished.
785-606-3524.
Correct! You kids are really paying attention today. Next question, and one that I wrote myself. What is 2 plus 2?
4.
Correct! Wow, I thought everyone would get it wrong. Alright, last question before your lunch break. What is misery plus disappointment?
My life.
Correct! Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for math for the day. Go to your lunch break, and then we'll start the next lesson when you come back.
Attention everyone, this announcement concludes your lunch break. Please return to your classes. Also, teachers, please keep in mind that we're on the lookout for a very naughty student, believed to be accompanied by a drone. If you catch them, call Principal Banban's office immediately.
Hey, you didn't see the person you were talking about, did you? Oh, what am I saying? You're one of the cool kids. Of course you don't talk to ugly, unpopular kids like them. Take a seat with the cool kids, where you belong. Okay, kids, the next lesson is science. Like we did for math, and since this is the first science lesson of the semester, it will only be a review lesson. But first, let me introduce you to our classroom rules. No eating, no talking, no breathing, no moving, no asking questions, and no washroom breaks. Remember, I will have to punish you very harshly if you break any of those rules. Back to the review. Let's start with something easy. How hot is the sun?
Nothing's as hot as me.
I'll allow it, but only because it made me laugh and because you're a cool kid. I can tell by your very cool glasses. Next question. How many hearts does an octopus have?
Stingerflin.
Correct! That's half right, since Stingerflin is close to an octopus. He's a jellyfish. But I'll allow it, since you're a cool kid. Normal octopuses have 3 hearts. We humans have 1. And Stingerflin has... I'm not sure actually, but let's move on. Next question. We have 5 senses. Sight, smell, taste, touch, and... Correct! Oh, you just made me use my 5th sense. Close enough. I'll allow it. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for science for today. Go on to your second break, and then we'll start the next lesson when it's over.
Attention everyone, this announcement concludes your second break. Please return to your classes.
Oh wow! 3 new kids in one day? 1 unpopular kid? Yuck. 1 cool kid and 1 mean kid. Welcome! Sit on the table to your left, where you belong, so we can begin. Okay, kids, the next lesson is health and kindness. Just like we did for math and science, it will only be a review lesson. Let's start with some common knowledge to freshen your stupid brains. Can anyone here give me an example of an unkind person?
I will beat you to death.
Correct! That is a perfect example. Good job. Assuming it wasn't directed at me, of course. Now, this time, can anyone give me an example of a kind person?
I will give you immense pain.
Correct! Exactly! Giving others things without expecting anything in return is exactly what kindness is. This class is going to be great! I can feel it! Wait, what was that? I wonder if it's a new student. Nobody move while I check it out.